So we're doing a video tonight on how your person feels for you or about you. And we have 3 piles here, 1, 2, and 3. Remember to take what resonates and leave what doesn't, because this is a collective energy reading. Listen to your intuition first and foremost. And remember that just because it might fit some of the people in that group doesn't mean it necessarily fits all of them. Take a moment to get in touch with your intuition and pick the pile you're most drawn to. And then we'll start with pile 1. So for pile 1, with this bracelet, you're someone who's very heart healing, someone who's very prosperous, someone who's very emotionally healthy, lucky, abundant, somebody who maybe brings a lot of abundance into their life. And this is an advice for you. Move forward knowing your innermost dreams will come true. Believe. Believe in yourself. Believe in what you're dreaming about most. And move forward with the confidence that it can happen. Faith is one of the best things to help manifest in your life. So we have active, sports, athletic, confident, takes charge. So you might be someone who's very outgoing, someone who likes to join into things, someone who has a lot of confidence and is very just active. Loves reading, introspective, thoughtful, and knows self. So even though you're someone who's very active and loves going out and doing things and has a lot of confidence and takes charge in situations, you're also somebody who really enjoys your alone time. Someone who really enjoys going deep within. Someone who really enjoys analyzing things that have happened and moving forward. Someone who really just likes to gain knowledge. Somebody who understands yourself very well. Hopeful, faith, trusting, sees the big picture. So you're somebody who may be very spiritual or very religious. Someone who really trusts that everything happens for a reason, and that even if you can't see that reason now, in the bigger scheme of things, you will be able to see that reason later. Be grateful for the little things. We take so much for granted when we don't take time to smell the roses. So you may be somebody who really is very grateful for everything in your life, and somebody who really brings that energy to others and shows them to be grateful for everything in their life, to be able to just take that time to really truly see things for what they are instead of glossing over all the little things. All the little things that people may not notice every day that we have to be grateful for. Like just the way a certain cloud looks, or when a bird pops up on your fence in the morning to say hello, or when you can go to the bathroom in a toilet that flushes and wipe with toilet paper, because in some places you really can't do that. But not everybody necessarily thinks of those things or is grateful for those things. Not everybody really is truly grateful in that sense, but your person believes that you're a very truly grateful person who really understands why things are the way that they are, and really is very grateful for everything that you have in your life. Even if at times there are hard things that happen, you focus on that positivity instead of the negativity. Spontaneity. Do you like spontaneous adventures of the highest caliber? The only acceptable answer to this question is yes. So buckle up, Charlie. You're about to take a wild ride through the unexplored, unconventional, and underrated. I was kind of thinking you might be a wild ride. You're about to learn that yes is a magic word with the power to unlock new dimensions in space, time, and after-hours hangouts. Yes will lead you to experiences you didn't think was possible and teach you that lifelong friendships are sometimes lurking just behind a karaoke singer's mullet. So he feels like you're somebody that he could have a lifetime adventure with. You might make him feel like he wants to be spontaneous as well, if you're not a spontaneous person yourself. But I think you're a very spontaneous person yourself with the active side of you coming out, but you're still somebody who likes to take that quiet time too to recoup from things like that as well. Ups and downs. I see life as an incredible ride and I am lucky to be on it. Yes, the ups and downs make me want to puke sometimes, but they're also what makes things fun and interesting. And when you look back, even puking on yourself makes for a great story. So, once again, you're somebody who is very grateful for everything in life. Even with all of the ups and downs and ins and outs, you're able to keep your solid stability throughout it all and to focus on the positivity and to really, you're somebody who is very happy within yourself to where the outside changes don't affect that happiness level so much as it might other people. And so now we have Five of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Emperor, Ten of Wands, and Two of Wands. So, there may have been a lot of conflict or drama in your life, a lot of opportunities for growth, but it also may have caused a lot of mental conflict going on. Or maybe there's been a conflict with, I think there's been a conflict with this person, possibly. Or maybe he feels like there's been a conflict with you, but there's going to be a new opportunity to grow. I think he's feeling like you are an opportunity to grow something strong, stable, solid, long-lasting. You're somebody who is a leader, somebody who is solid, stable, grounded, mature, does the best thing for everyone in the situation. But you also may be somebody that sometimes can try a little too hard to control the situation because you might be stuck in what could go wrong mode, or stuck in some kind of conflict. And maybe you just face a conflict with a very mature stance and stable stance from a solid, grounded space. But the Emperor sometimes also can talk about being a little rigid and authoritative. And the Five of Swords can also talk about fighting for yourself a lot. Defensive or So you are somebody who's very responsible, reliable, someone who takes up the burden, maybe sometimes a little too much. Somebody who takes responsibility for situations, somebody who takes responsibility for moving forward, for putting your goals and plans and actions, or goals and plans into action to go after the opportunities. Maybe sometimes without regard to others, possibly. I think maybe that's where the Five of Swords card is coming in. And that doesn't necessarily mean you are that way. This is just what somebody else feels about you. And maybe you have a mental conflict going on where you aren't thinking that your dreams will come true, that there isn't this opportunity, but he feels like, your person feels like, or she feels like you have the opportunity in front of you if you take action and if you take up the responsibility to go after this opportunity, that you could really step up and, it depends on if you're the masculine or feminine energy. If you're the masculine energy, then you can really step up into that role through action and taking responsibility. Maybe for past conflicts that happened, there could be this new opportunity. And if you're the feminine, maybe he feels like he wants to take action to take up responsibility for the past conflicts that he may have caused or feels like he may have caused, so there can be this new opportunity. And that's what I got for this pile. I really hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching. Have a beautiful day. And I wish you luck. Moving on to pile 2. So, for pile 2, we have this best friend heart. And I think this is saying that he feels like you are his, or she feels like you are their other half. Your person feels like you are their other half, their best friend. They're somebody who they can communicate all their secrets to, somebody they have a deep love within their heart for. Maybe feels like you're a diamond in the rough kind of energy too. For some reason I was kind of feeling that for a second. So these are your advice cards, and you got 2 of them. A shooting star travels far. I am whole on my own. I want you but no longer need you. Need creates codependency, whether on people or drugs. So, and in this situation with saying that feels like you're the other half of them, everyone is whole on their own. That's just a thing we like to say, the other half of you. Everyone is whole on your own, and when you're whole on your own, you can come together in an interdependent way where everyone feels solid, stable, grounded in and of themselves, with their own self-confidence and self-esteem and their own stability from deep within themselves, instead of drawing on that from each other. And I believe that he feels like you are someone who is very whole on your own and doesn't need other people. And you don't need other people because you understand that when you want someone, that's what really makes a relationship a good relationship. But when you start to need that person, it starts to bleed over into those codependent energies where the 2 people are chained together. And maybe you kind of went on a long journey to get there. Sorry, these were your advice cards, so take that as advice. To not need someone, but to want them. And to be able to wish and dream and know that you can do this. And whatever this is. I'm not sure what this is, but whatever it is. So authenticity. Authenticity is the name of the game. Whatever comes up, I will feel it. Whatever needs to be said, I will say it. Whoever doesn't get it doesn't have to get it. But at least they know it because I've said it, and that's way better than leaving a passive-aggressive note about it. So you're somebody who's very authentic. You're somebody who says what's on your mind, period. Point blank. You're going to say it. And if you feel it, it's coming out. You're not somebody who hides things. You're somebody who really is just your true self and shows those things. That's what this person feels about you. Personal growth. And maybe you had a lot of growth to get to that point as well. As I move towards greater consciousness, I feel old thoughts and habits fall away like training wheels on a bike. They help me get to where I am now. But now that I can ride, I don't need those slow, crummy wheels, except when I am making bike analogies. And maybe this is somebody you dealt with in the past who had a very big codependency on you. Maybe they were greedy, clingy, needy, obsessive in some manner. But maybe they've gone through a whole lot of personal growth and gotten to the point where they no longer need you either. But they still feel like you're their best friend. And they want you at this point instead of needing you. And anyway, I think they feel like you're somebody who has really been able to grow a lot as a person. And they've watched you grow a lot as a person, watched you be able to voice your truth and come out in this authentic energy, no longer worrying what anyone else thinks about what you have to say, but just being able to say it and being able to leave behind the old thoughts, fears, habits, the old crap that was holding you back and keeping you in this stuck state, possibly, if there was some kind of stuck state. That's kind of what I'm getting out of this one. We have the King of Cups, the Sun, the Lovers. Yeah, that's an interdependent relationship, the Lovers is. So, if you're the feminine energy, then you're someone who's very loyal, committed, solid, stable, grounded, reliable, someone who's very nurturing and caring, somebody who's a lot like a mother, someone who's really down to earth, someone who knows their value deep within and won't accept anything less, someone who is very worthy, someone who's very abundant, someone who is very that's what I got. And if you're the masculine energy in this reading, then you are somebody who's very solid and stable in their emotions, someone who is very mature in their emotions, someone who feels things very deeply. Sometimes you can keep those things guarded a bit and a bit back, but you're able to face any kind of situation with an emotional stability, not worried about the outcome, but just being able to go with the flow. So this is someone, if you're the feminine watching this is someone who has a very deep love for you, a very mature love for you, a very stable love for you, someone who's willing to weather anything with you. And if you're the masculine watching this, then this is somebody who is very committed to you, someone who sees value within you and worth within you, and enjoys nurturing and caring for you, enjoys being there for you. This person feels like you could manifest whatever your heart's desire was into this world. You have all the tools, skills, and abilities necessary to be able to visualize what you want and to go after it. You are somebody who really isn't going to put up with anything less than a very deep connection, a very soul connection. Somebody you feel like you are totally meant to be with. And he feels like you are his perfect partner, his birds of a feather flock together kind of energy, and this happiness and this abundance and this lack of codependency. It's a very interdependent connection where you're able to stand solid and stable and grounded on your own, or where you're able to be emotionally stable on your own, depending on which partner you are. And this could also be, somebody might have been holding back a lot of emotions and they're ready to express them, ready to really express their truth. This is somebody who feels like you bring a lot of happiness, positivity, joy, abundance into their life. Somebody who really loves in a very innocent, healthy manner from a time before all the scars took place. Even if you've had a lot of scars in your life, you have grown so much from those scars to this state where you're just able to authentically be yourself, and you're able to show your love and show your truth, and able to just be totally open with your happiness and your positivity and your optimism, and instead of being, there's a lot of other ways you can be. And then we have dreamy, imaginative, creative, romantic. So you may be this King of Cups person, because it's very possible. Logical, balanced, temperate, decisive. Deep, nurturing, poetic, and grounded. Appreciate yourself for everything that you are. So this person feels like you're someone who makes very good decisions. Someone who really faces situations with a state of emotional balance and stability. Someone who is very deep and very down to earth. So that one kind of goes with that card as well. The being grounded would be, and nurturing would be, this Queen of Pentacles. So you could be both energies too, which is nice, because it's nice to have that balance of masculine and feminine energies anyway, and everybody does really in different increments. So anyway, you're someone who really wears their heart on their sleeve and really enjoys love and really enjoys candlelit dinners and walks on the beach kind of feeling, cuddling up in a blanket next to a fire and reading each other poetry. Somebody who is still very logical, though, and down to earth and knows how to get things done when they need to be gotten done. And he feels like you're somebody who really appreciates yourself for everything that you are, which is why you're able to be so open and able to really just be so authentic, is because you have a true appreciation for yourself deep down, which is a very good thing. It's not an egoic feeling. It's more of a healthy self-love and appreciation, which means you're not trying to fill voids when going into a relationship, but you're actually only being with people because you want to be with them and because they serve your higher good as much as you serve their higher good. And when things become toxic, you no longer want to be a part of them because you appreciate yourself for what you are and you don't want to have to be in those types of situations because you know they're unhealthy. Anyway, I think that's what I have for this pile. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a beautiful night. Bye-bye. On to pile 3. So, for pile 3, we have this little skull bracelet here. So I have a feeling that this person feels like you are a very transformative person, and maybe you've brought a lot of transformation to their life. Maybe they've watched you transform through, maybe you face some sort of situation where you've transformed so much and they've seen this transformation. This transformation where you're more able to accept your passions, your desires, your wants, your needs, and able to go after them, no longer feeling guilty and ashamed of them. Or maybe you brought that transformation to them as well. Take it however it resonates. So for